Riding the tide, somewhere new, someplace thousands of people go for work every day. It's something HRT is apparently one step closer to reality, but the agency wants some money to help pay for a line to Naval Station Norfolk.
How feasible is extending light rail? What could get in its way? 10 on your side's Matt Gregory is looking into the plans and where it goes next. Matt?
Tom and Anita, the plan has always been for the tide to go to Naval Station Norfolk. In the next phase, Hampton Roads Transit is looking for federal funding, and in order to compete in D.C., they have two options they're sending. Virginia Beach's failed tide expansion reminded Hampton Roads Transit of one thing.
Very difficult to fund these things with just local and city funds, as we know from other experiences.
Director of Planning Ray Amoroso says to get the tide to the naval base, they need federal funds,
which is a very competitive national process.
Last year, HRT looked into how to get the tide from downtown to the naval station.
That feasibility study actually identified two potential broad corridors to serve the Naval Station Norfolk.
They came up with two routes. HRT fleshed out a more definite east route plan, but not the west.
The problem with the end of that study was that it did not identify at a street-specific level the pathway to the Navy base.
In April, a new study will start, one that should define where the tide could go on a west route. It should start here by EVMS.
To connect to neighborhoods like Park Place and Lambert's Point, Old Dominion University, and serve between downtown and the Navy base.
Amoroso says the study will examine more than just an alignment.
So what street are you going to be on? What is the purpose and need? Who are you connecting to? What communities are you going to serve?
When it finishes, HRT will send both routes to D.C. to compete.
You only want the strongest project to go forward.
HRT hopes their two-pronged attack gives them a fighting chance at a federal level, one that gives the tide a chance to expand in Norfolk. Now, the federal grant that they just applied for a while ago is what will pay for this actual study going forward. The difference between this tide expansion and Virginia Beach's is kind of the funding breakdown. According to Ray Amoroso, it'll be 50% federal, then 25% state, and finally 25% also from a local level. In Norfolk, near the tide, I'm Matt Gregory, 10 on your side.
Okay, thank you, Matt.